Hey, what's up guys, welcome to this video where we're going to be putting together an unbelievable squad for just 30k, making it the ideal starter squad that's easily achievable in FIFA 19, but also an absolute gem of a team that will win you tons and tons of games. So guys, if you do enjoy the video, please remember to hit that like button, as that will really help me out, and if you have any questions at all, ask away in the comments below, as I'll be happy to answer those questions for you. So without further ado, we're going to kick off in goal with a very high rated for a cheap team goalkeeper in the terms of Schmeichel, 84 rated overall. This card is easily one of the most OP cards in FIFA, especially when it comes to goalkeepers. This guy makes save after save after save. He's incredible. I highly recommend him. I actually used him in a much bigger squad builder where the budget was much larger because he's that good. You know, you don't really need to go out and spend absolute fortune on a goalkeeper. Get Schmeichel in. He's quick, great reflexes, makes tons of good saves, nice distribution. Overall, a really good pick and one that I would recommend. Similarly, at right back, we have Dyer. Now, he is a relatively cheap fullback. You know, there's players like Valencia and Walker who are much more expensive. He is just as good as Bellerin, if not better for me. So fast, 93 pace is absolutely electric. Means he can get up and down that wing all day long, which is especially good with this formation being 4-3-1-2, where you don't have any wingers. He provides the width, as does the left back on the other side, who we'll come to later, and he both scores goals, he gets assists, but he does the defensive side well too. While his stats may not stand out as being a great defender or anything too special, he's actually really good, makes tons of tackles, nips the ball off people, covers really well with his pace, and just overall is a solid pick. Now at centre back, we're going to have the partnership of Chris Smalling and Christensen. So I'm going to start off by talking about Smalling, and this guy is just on another level. Now, while his pace has been nerfed from previous FIFAs down to 68 overall, his defence and physicality are still really high. 81 on the defence, 82 on the physicality, means that he's always in good areas. He wins a lot aerially, both in terms of attacking set pieces from your side, but also defending them well too. He scored a couple of goals for me. I found him to be really lethal in the box. So if you do get a corner or a free kick and this guy is in that box, definitely pick him as your player to attack the ball with, because he'll prove very effective. But in defensive situations, he is just exceptional. He actually feels a bit quicker than 68 pace would suggest, and he just makes tons of interceptions, as does Christensen. Both of these guys are really solid at defending. They cover the bases so well. 84 defense for Christensen is exceptional. Now, yes, again, he's not the quickest, but 69 pace actually is quite good on a defender in FIFA 19. He covers the pitch really well, but he's often in the right position anyway. What I love about the two of them is that if one does go to close down the ball, the other one does drop deeper naturally and covers that space in behind, so they protect each other really well. So the pace is not an issue at all, and both of them have such good defensive stats that they just win the ball back time and time again. Now, completing the defence is Danny Rose. Now, while people may look at this card and think, oh, he's not got much pace, he's no like Yedlin on the other side, he feels so much faster in game, let me tell you. He gets forward all the time, but also gets back well. He's never really too much out of position, and he always gets back in time to make those tackles, make those interceptions, which I love about him. He's got great strength to his game, but I love how good he is going forward. Very confident and comfortable on the ball, uses it well, chips in with assists and goals. Very good player indeed. Now, our first central midfielder, I haven't actually changed him from being a CDM, so I'll just go ahead and put him in first, which is Dyer. Now, Dyer really is the anchor for this team. He protects that back four, he makes tons of interceptions. His pace isn't fantastic, his shooting isn't that great either, so I definitely just allow him to sit back, allow him to just stay in that pocket, provide a screen in front of the back four, and he does that supremely well with his 82 defence and 86 physicality. It is like having a third centre back, which is really important considering how much the two fullbacks push on. It means that he can drop into the back line, make a 3 with the two centre backs, and just provide a little bit of time for the fullbacks to come back, as they do like to go forward. Dyer is exceptional. He's never really going to score you tons of goals in this game, or maybe even get many assists. But what he does do is just win the ball back and get the team moving, which I absolutely love. Now, at central midfield, we'll just go ahead and select that there. We're going to put in Sissoko, and then we're going to put in under Herrera. Now, I'm going to start off by talking about Sissoko first. I love this guy. He is very much a cheap Dembele, and finally, he comes out of the box, start of the game, as a central midfielder. Usually this guy, the past few FIFAs, has been a right midfielder and no one has ever used him. Well, now he's a central midfielder. He's pretty cheap. You can pick him up for around sort of 1.5 to 2k, and let me tell you, he is one of the best cheap options you can buy, because he's so good in every area. You know, his defense is really good, his physicality I love. He's very mobile with his 74 pace, but he's also good going forward because he's got good, really solid dribbling, passing and shooting. He chipped in with a fair few goals for me. He made loads of tackles. He really is that engine for the team. Provides help with the defence, but also with the attack. Now, under Herrera is a little bit more clever, a little bit more neat and tidy. He maybe isn't quite as good in defence, although he is very solid. You know, and definitely makes a lot of good tackles and interceptions along the way. But what I like about him even more so is how comfortable he is on the ball. He's got that 80 dribbling, he's got that 79 passing, so he can use it wisely. He can get out of tight spots, he can chip in with a goal or two as well because his shooting is okay, and he's also got pretty okay pace there at 71, so he can cover the pitch quite nicely. Now at centre attacking mid, this guy is probably one of the bargains of FIFA at the moment. I think I picked him up for like 1.2k or something crazy. Lanzini is just brilliant. Very overpowered last year in FIFA, and that continues this year around. 81 pace is lovely on a cam. He's also got 72 shooting, although that, I must admit, does feel a lot higher in game. 78 passing is quite decent, and really, really good dribbling, you know, at 86. That is one of his best stats. Very easy on the ball, able to drift past people with ease and feed those two strikers. I loved Lanzini, scored me some good goals and fed those two strikers time and time again. The strikers of which we're going to put in now, and we're going to put in Josh King, and then we're going to put in Callum Wilson. Now these guys again were very overpowered last year. They continue to be so this time around. I'm going to start off by talking about Josh King. I think he is easily one of the most overpowered players that you can go out and buy, especially in the striker position in the Premier League. This guy's got pace to burn with 88 pace, but he's also got really solid shooting. His finishing is exceptional. He'll score you a great range of goals, both tap-ins and good long ranges. Lovely finesse shots. He can do it all. He's quite good aerially as well, which might surprise a few people, but he can definitely win a few flick-ons and win a few headers. His dribbling is okay at 77, quite neat and tidy, so he is able to move the ball at speed, which I absolutely love. But this guy just scored tons and tons of goals for his team. He proves very, very effective. Wilson is very similar in a lot of ways. You know, his pace is quite similar at 87, his shooting again similar at 75. Decent dribbling at 75 as well, and his passing and his physicality are okay also. Very, very good, very similar to King, you know, pace to burn, great finishing, always in good areas, makes tons of great runs. These two strikers get in behind time and time again, cause absolute nightmares for your opponent, which is exactly what you want. And with the players that you've got in the midfield, they can be fed time and time again, get in behind and score some really, really good goals. So you've seen the team that we've put together. Now let's have a look at the custom tactics. And as you can see, the defence is set to pressure on heavy touch, width there at 4 bars, depth there at 6. And then on the offence we have fast build up, we have 3 bars on the width, we have players in the box at 7, we then have corners on 4 bars and free kicks on 3. So we'll just go ahead and have a look at the player instructions. So on both Josh King and Callum Wilson we have stay central and get in behind. On Lanzini we have stay forward, and then on Eric Dyer we have stay back while attacking and aggressive interceptions. And that really is all of the instructions. That's the team, guys. I urge you to go out and put this team together, or at least use some of these players, because they really are absolutely overpowered. As you'll see with a lot of the results in these games, they proved really good. They were quite tight. They kept a lot of, quite clean sheets, low scoring games, but they also scored a lot of goals too. And the enjoyment I had with this team easily matched paying tons and tons of coins for a higher rated team with loads of really good players. So if you have a budget and you are working around that 30k, this is a really top option. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you did, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe, and peace.